Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about pre-cleaning and why you need to tidy up before you try to actually clean up. So I'm going to insert some video here that I took of the house, and I want to stress that it actually took me longer to make this video than to tidy up a couple of areas in my home. So these videos that talk about decluttering and tidying up, and they talk about setting a 5 or 10 minute timer and just getting what you can done in that amount of time, it it works. The kitchen was back in order within less than 10 minutes. I think there was still 4 minutes left on the timer. And so I ended up working on the bathroom. And so we're going to do kitchen and bathroom. I want to show you what I need to do before I actually break out the cleaning products. So here's some examples. The first example I'm going to put up is the kitchen. So here is the kitchen after I had come home from picking up a few things from the grocery store. And this is how it looked. You know, there's just blankets kind of thrown wherever and keys kind of thrown wherever and lots of stuff out from watching TV last night. And then for me, okay, it is almost impossible and I refuse to do it. I'm not going to try to wipe down any of the surfaces like the cocktail table, like the counters in the kitchen, if there's a ton of crap on it. So the first thing that I want to do before I start actually cleaning with cleaning products like, the pink stuff or, disinfecting wipes, I'm going to put all of that crap away. And so here's the after now, the video of, I've put everything where it's supposed to be. The items I purchased are in the pantry or refrigerator. Coats are hung up, blankets are folded, everything is back where it's supposed to be. Now, total disclosure, behind me was my dining area, and on that table, my husband has a project spread out, and I don't tidy his items. I tidy our items, I tidy my items, but while he's working on a project, that project is his to do with as he wants, and I'm not touching anything that belongs to him because I don't want to move anything and then he needs it later and he's like, where did you put it? And I definitely do not want to frustrate my husband who worked so hard during the day. And when he wants to do his hobbies, I want him to be able to relax and everything is there just as he left it. Okay, the next area I'm going to show you is the bathroom. I want to stress to you again, you see the example. My husband is very old fashioned when it comes to his shaving. So you can see his shaving products are out there. And then there's like towels and just all kinds of junk. And because I want to clean the mirror, I want to, clean the countertops and, get into the shower, I'm going to get rid of everything. All of the towels went into the washing machine. Anything that was out on the counter that was mine was put away. And now I can go in there with the cleaning products and actually clean. So when I talk about pre-cleaning, what I'm talking about is tidying up and putting everything away where its home is. So if something's on the counter and it really belongs in a drawer or a cabinet or in the garbage. So one of the things that I was doing when I was in the kitchen was anything that needed to go into the trash also went into the trash. So examples of some trash, I had 2 pieces of gum left in a pack of gum that have been in my purse for over a week now. I'm just going to throw that away. Old receipts, the leftover straw papers. I know some people throw it on the floor. I don't. I put it in my purse. And so when I go through my purse and I clean it out and declutter it, I'm putting all of that garbage in where it belongs in the garbage so that when I actually need to find something, I can find what I need in my purse. So part of what was out on that counter was me also like cleaning out my purse and, getting it so that like, okay, I can find things when I need to, when I'm shopping and I'm not that person at the register digging through my bag trying to find what I need. So that was the tip that I kind of wanted to go over with, you today, the need to basically pre-clean or tidy up before you actually start digging into cleaning. Now, when I clean, like I said, with the pink stuff or with spray and wipes, I'm going in and I am doing what many people refer to as the S shape on the counters. So that's where you're going like this back and forth, making an S so that you're going over every area of that counter and catching it. I also will look at it from an angle. So from an angle, I'm looking at my countertop like that to try to see, did I miss any crumbs? Did I miss any sticky stuff? And so when everything is wiped down and dried, I'm also running my hand over it to make sure that I don't feel any grit, I don't feel any dust, I don't feel anything sticky, so that that counter is ready for whatever is going to happen next. It could be my hobbies, because I do my hobbies on that counter, like painting and drawing. Or it could be that we're going to do food prep and that counter needs to be clean because that's going to be the area where we're putting out, vegetables and we're chopping and cleaning and prepping things. But I like that counter, that island, to be completely clean. There's no reason for it to have a lot of clutter on it. When my husband comes home, I want the house to be as serene and orderly and peaceful as possible. And so that's why, we kind of, live in the living room and watch TV and talk and hang out. And at night, just leave it however. And then in the morning, I'm getting up and putting everything back where it needs to be. Blankets get folded up, pillow goes back to where it belongs. Anything that's out on the table gets put away into the drawer where it belongs. Or if it doesn't belong there, it gets moved to the room where it actually is supposed to go back to. I read and I bring my books upstairs. And yes, I still read physical books. My husband has a lot of reading material on that second shelf of the cocktail table. That's his preference. I also read more in bed. He has a tendency not to read in bed. He has a tendency to want to sit in the living room and read. And I do the same thing, only I will go upstairs, get my book, and then take my book back with me when I go upstairs and it's time to go to bed. You will have to figure out what works best for your family. But I always like to start out, especially in the kitchens and the bathrooms when I'm cleaning, to tidy up, make sure that the counters are clean so I can get in there. It's more efficient to clean that way. So rather than picking something up, wiping, then putting it back down, and then continuing with doing the S pattern on the counter, just get everything off of the counter so that you've got a nice clean surface. You can also see and I've posted videos of my kitchen before. I always don't have, a ton of stuff on the counter. The counters in my kitchen have the bare necessities. I've got soap, I've got a towel rack, I have a few decorative items, and I have the pepper mill. And that's really it. And the pepper mill does get used almost every day. So it stays out. It also doesn't fit in the spice rack, which is in the pantry. I'm going to be doing additional videos this week, especially with the snow coming. That's the perfect time, in my opinion, to tackle things like organizing and decluttering a closet or a pantry. And so I'm going to be doing before and afters for that to kind of explain, okay, are you decluttering or are you just actually going to do a deep clean? Because it's amazing to me. I think a lot of people are okay with the idea of decluttering their closets, but I don't think they necessarily take the time to take things out and actually deep clean. And so, if you look up in the corner, is there a spider web in your closet? Is there any kind of, dust or forgotten items, hanging out on that top shelf? Because you want to try to, especially with the new year, like get rid of that cobwebs and dust and the old things in there and make room for those new things. Do you need to spray Febreze in that closet? How many clothes are in there? Is everything packed so tightly that you can't get things in and out? I mean, that's one of the reasons why I went to a minimalistic lifestyle, I had tons and tons and tons of clothes, like just really so many clothes. The closet was jammed at one point, and I had a bed where the headboard was storage, and there were tons and tons of t-shirts folded all the way to the top. So if you can imagine stacks of clothing that were about 4 feet high, and it was just all t-shirts and a giant queen size headboard. That's how many t-shirts I had, because back then we were buying t-shirts whenever we went on vacation somewhere, sometimes one or two or even three t-shirts, and then bringing them back as souvenirs. I had all my concert t-shirts also. And there came a point where I was just like, okay, I'm getting rid of all of this. I miss some of those concert t-shirts now because I'm sure they're probably worth a lot of money, but I don't miss any of the other t-shirts. And now I don't even buy souvenir t-shirts when I go away someplace. It's just not important to me. I'm going to have the photos and the memories. I don't need to have the t-shirt. So something to think about if you're planning any traveling this year and you go away. What do you want to bring back with you from your trip besides the great memories? There's a lot of things that you could buy that, people put in their kitchens. Some people collect spoons, some people collect magnets, some people collect shot glasses. To me, all of that stuff would just be clutter in the kitchen. So unless it's a mug that you might actually drink coffee out of, and I know people that have collections of mugs, like an entire cabinet, 3 levels of mugs, it's a bit much. I mean, how much coffee you're going to drink in one day so that you would dirty every single mug that's in there? And even if you had 20 people over to your house, does everybody need to have their own mug? And do you want to wash all of those? I was watching a video the other day from the minimalist mom, and she was talking about forks. How many forks do you need? Uh, I'm going to actually go downstairs later and count how many forks I have, because there's probably a decluttering project in my drawers for how much silverware we have. Because again, got married, um, my husband and I combined households, and every now and then I still come across something and I'm just like, oh wow, yeah. When we moved in together, we just combined our stuff and we never evaluated if we needed to send anything out. And so that's one of the projects that I will be working on later. So today, if you are in a cleaning type of mood, ask yourself, is there anything I could do to pre-clean and make my job here cleaning easier so that I will save time and actually be more efficient? And I'm kind of curious. I would love to hear from people. What is your tip for cleaning corners? So when you are doing your cabinets and the countertops and you get to the corner, what's your trick for getting into that little space? Uh, I have broken out Q-tips before in order to get into the corners and really make sure everything is out of there. Some people are happy, they'll just wipe that corner area. Like I'm going to do it in the screen right now. I'm going to wipe that corner area. See how I kind of miss a little piece right there? So, and they're fine with that, but that little area never gets cleaned until you have someone like me come in and I'm there with, either a toothbrush or a Q-tip, or I'm using my finger and my finger is in the paper towel trying to get that little area. But I have been accused of being just a little bit OCD. So I'm curious to hear in the comments any of your cleaning tips and suggestions. Uh, I'm Loretta. This is Legally Quirky. Remember to like and subscribe to this video. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, a joyful day, a happy and peaceful day. And I will see you again soon.